to me that the strongest part of the body is actually your skull. If you train your skull for about an hour a day, bang it against the wall, after a year it becomes 4 times thicker than it really is.
Well, that would explain why he's so stupid. Hello everyone, my name is Orange Peanut, and this is not going to be the traditional video where I just react to some clips of stupid alpha male advice, I make fun of him, and then, you know, we all laugh and go home and go back to our normal lives. No, this is a bit of a serious video because it's very rare that you find out an influencer you're watching online is not just a bad person, but pure evil. And that is what has happened with this guy, Ben Azoulay, also known as King Azoulay, who has millions of followers across social media. He has an alpha male course. You know, he's the model alpha sigma male influencer, and he gives a lot of advice on how to be a good person. I've reacted to him before, but just in case you don't know who he is, here's a couple clips that'll describe the type of content he makes.
You're a descendant of King Solomon. I named myself King once I found that out. And then I grew my beard, and I realized I have his wisdom.
He claims he's a descendant of King Solomon, and that's why he calls himself the King.
This ancient Moroccan healer recipe will stop absolutely every sickness, every virus, every flu, and every cold.
He says he knows how to stop every illness and sickness in the world.
We need to pass a law. Nobody in this world should be allowed to get married being under the influence of love. People never think about this, but open your mind for 1 second.
He has just a fantastic idea for how to make marriage better.
You see, most people ask, how do I speak so concisely? And how do I speak so fast? Let me give you a life-changing hack. What if you could think twice as fast? That would mean that you would have twice the amount of hours in the day. Here's the hack. Everything I listen to is at 2x speed. Everything I think about is at 2x speed.
And he coined an ingenious solution to how to think faster. So obviously, you know, a weirdo, bad advice, kind of annoying, post stupid content. That's one thing, that's all well and fine. But I never would have guessed, and I don't think you could have guessed, that he is genuinely one of the most evil human beings on the planet. But as it turns out, that's the case. If you look at his life story video, at a certain point he says he went to jail once.
After that, I got arrested. And I got arrested for something that they said that I did, and I didn't do it.
I went to prison for something they said I did, but I didn't do. You would think he would elaborate on that a little bit, but he doesn't. He just moves on and then the video's over. He doesn't say anything more about the time he went to prison. However, there is a channel called Johnny Bravo who just exposed him because in 2008, King Ben Azoulay was arrested as a convicted you-know-what offender. And the thing he did, the entire court case is online, and it is unreal how evil this dude is. Now, trigger warning. What I'm about to read to you, I'm not going to read all of it because it does get really brutal, but trigger warning, there is going to be some seriously bad stuff discussed because, as I said, he is a seriously bad person. I'm not going to read the worst of it, but I'm going to read the introduction to it. He is a bad person. So just be forewarned, you're going to hear some absolutely terrible things here. So when Ben Azoulay was 18 years old, he was sued, and I'm reading from the official court case. This is a lawsuit by a young woman stemming from the brutal R and SA committed against her by defendants Ben Azoulay, Dylan Azoulay, and Mayor Vered on July 13th, 2008. At the time, she was 15 years old and a virgin. And keep in mind, he was 18 years old at the time, okay? I'm just going to keep reading, then I'll give my opinion after. Her damages go far beyond her gruesome physical wounds, which in and of themselves were severe and extreme. And then it gives a little bit of a story of what happened. At the party in Sherman Oaks, this girl, they meet defendants Ben and Dylan Azoulay, who are brothers, so it was a brother affair. Dylan convinced the girl to come to what he described as a party at his parents' house in Sherman Oaks, and Ben drove them there. On the way, Ben and Dylan took the girls to a liquor store where they used a fake ID to purchase alcohol. They also gave the girls marijuana. After being supplied alcohol and marijuana by defendants Ben and Dylan Azoulay, the girl was forcibly dragged into a bedroom by Ben, who stripped her of her clothes. And then I'm gonna stop reading it because it will make me cry if I have to read out this whole thing of what happened. I'll leave a link to the article in the description if you would like to read it. But let me just say, there are some people who deserve to be deplatformed. There are some people who deserve to go to jail. There are some people who deserve the death penalty. This is a person, Ben Azoulay, alpha male, the king, who deserves to be hung from his balls from the ceiling by barbed wire and slowly, ever so slowly, fed into a wood chipper. That is what we're talking about here. Mind you, this is a guy who sits down every single day, turns on a camera, and tries to act like a role model for the youth. Tries to act like people should be more like him. Tries to act like he is above everyone else after committing maybe one of the most evil acts that you can possibly do. Now, I'm not just making this video to be a Debbie Downer. I'm making this video because it genuinely makes me angry that this is a person who has a platform with tons of followers, who is selling one-on-one life coaching, a person that, if there's anyone on the world that deserves to be taken off everywhere, ideally, in jail, at the bottom of the jail, maybe in hell, it's this person. And I want to spread awareness to this so that at the end of the day, this person, King Azoulay, King Evil, has nowhere to go. We need to give him the EDP treatment, chase him off of everywhere. So I usually don't do this. I try to have fun in my videos, but for a situation like this, if any commentary YouTubers are watching this, please make a video about him. Bring more awareness that this is a person who somehow still has a platform, somehow who is making a lot of money despite being pure, genuine evil. I normally don't tell anyone to ever report other people's pages. Report this guy, please. Get him banned off of everywhere. I don't know if we can take legal action somehow. That would be fantastic. But it genuinely grinds my gears that this guy is just, sitting back, acting like he's great, he's a king, oh, he'll change your life for the better, when he literally probably ruined the next 15 years of the victim's life. I hope the victim is doing well and able to move past it. But that's a seriously traumatizing thing to go through. So I hope she's doing okay. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. All I can do is spread a little awareness that this guy is genuine evil and needs consequences for sure. So I don't know what to do, but the best you guys can do, spread a little awareness. Maybe say something mean in his comments. That would be great. But someone like this should never be able to forget what he did. I seriously hope this guy gets justice in some sort of way. I don't know what that way is going to be, but hopefully that happens. Anyway, glum end to the video, but I just wanted to spread awareness about what's going on with this guy, because it's, making fun of alpha males is fun, but this isn't someone you make fun of. This is someone you hate, and I definitely hate him. So, Anyway, be a good person, be normal, and don't trust influencers, clearly. Anyway, see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Orange Peanut wants you to subscribe because he needs more money.